So it is going to be difficult to get to the number 3. It's going to be one of those things where you really can't see anything. You're going to have to just feel your way. Thanks for watching the video. So we're looking at a 2002 Camry today that has a P1310 bad code. I looked in my manual, or not a manual, but I looked in a Haynes repair book trying to find the code, what the bad code was, and I could not find it in the Camry. In a Corolla book, though, it says it is cylinder number 3, a bad coil. So we're going to look at the number 3 coil today. In this 2002, this is the V6, so the coil would be right in the middle of the plenum here, underneath the plenum, so kind of hard to get to. And then we have 2, 4, and 6 up here in the front. Really easy to get to. Unfortunately, it's not one of those. So the first thing we're going to do is, I think he's already done it here, is take these 2 10mm off. Wow. All right, so what we did is we're going to remove this right here, make it a little bit easier so we can move this. We had a 10mm going through here, holding this ground, and then a 10mm going here. Got those right there. Just pull the bracket out of the way. Now, I'm going to have to leave this. I want to get to number 3 coil, remove that wire. Here is number 1 right here. It's pretty easy to get to. And then number 3 right there. Maybe you can see the bolt, like right there. So make it easier, we're going to go ahead and remove this PCV hose, or remove the plug and the hose together. Probably be the easiest thing to do. Just don't want to break it. Another option would be get to it up here, but that's going to be probably harder for me to do. Anyway, we'll get that and we'll get right back. Also, there's a ground right here we'll remove. Let's go ahead and do that first. That should be a 10mm nut. There's another ground underneath it. We don't need to mess with this ground here, but we will remove this one that's in our way. Okay, so that nut is actually a 12mm, not a 10mm. It's holding the ground, connected to the plenum. Don't lose the nut. Just pull the ground wire off of there. Awesome. Now we're going for the PCV valve. There you go. All right, now just turn it with the hose down or up, whichever way is best to get it out of the way. That's probably okay. All right, so let's go ahead and get the number 1 coil out, because that's going to be an obstacle as well. So we'll remove number 1. Disconnect it. Okay, very good. You'll grab your 10mm socket or wrench. We've got a 1/4 inch small 1/4 inch wrench with a 10mm. Get to that coil, bolt. Okay, there's the coil bolt. Now just lift the coil up one piece. All right, so to get that the number 1 coil out, it's very long. Need to get it past this hose. I took this second ground off. Remember, we took the first one off already. Just need to make a passageway for it. Okay, there it is. All right, now we should be able to get to the number 3, which is right there, a little bit easier with our arm. So yeah, we're going to try to get to coil there, number 3. Don't really feel good about number 1 being open like that while we work. Don't want something to fall in there, like a nut or a bolt. So we're just going to put a paper towel kind of right there. All right, so it is going to be difficult to get to the number 3. It's going to be one of those things where you really can't see anything. You're going to have to just feel your way. All right, so you're going to have to disconnect coil wire first. Can you feel it?
Yeah, I can feel it. I just can't really
Can't get your thumb and index finger in the right position. The number 3 coil connector, very hard to get to. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to loosen the, remove the bolt there, lift up the coil, and try to get a little better advantage to that connector after that. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the bolt. See right there. Using a 1/4 inch again. Got it on there?
No, not yet.
Okay, here's another look, angle. Put the wrench on, loosening the bolt. All right, you got a hold. So you have a hold of the bolt. Go ahead and turn it, lift it up, pull it out. All right, go in there with your hand. Your hand loosening the bolt. Be able to lift it out.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. All right, we're going to try to lift that coil up a little bit so we can get a better grip on that connector. All right, so 30 minutes later, trying to get this connector off. Using his right hand. The left hand is what's comfortable to get in there, but we had to, or he had to, try to shift his right hand, hand of strength. Finally, you got it off, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so all you're trying to do is really just trying to push right down here on this and then pull off. The only thing is, thumbs are too big to really push and get in there with the straight on, especially with the left hand. So, and with the right hand, of course, yeah, with using the right hand, we can't get the arm straightened so that it's like that. We try to do it kind of like that. It's very, very awkward to do. All right, so he got the connector off. I'm going to pull the coil out if I can. Push the head over towards the driver's side and just kind of pull it out this way. Inspect this, make sure there's no oil, a lot of oil on it anyway. Really doesn't look that bad. We will replace this. I don't know what brand this is. This is not a OEM. It's not a Denso either. So we wanted to get the plug out of number 3 to make sure that was okay, and here it is. It's looking okay, so we're going to put this back in, and then we're going to replace the coil. Spark plug's going in pretty nice. Ratcheting the plug back in. Okay, I'm squaring it up over here while he's ratcheting it. I think the ratchet is slipping now, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to put a drive star coil in. Take a look at it. Taking some of the silicone grease and just filling it right in here, right into this rubber boot. Just a little bit, not a whole lot. All right, about like that. So when putting the coil in number 3 and really in number 5, maybe in number 1, I can't remember number 1, kind of have to push the top of the coil up towards the firewall and then kind of seat it down. So we should be seeing the head over here before he actually puts the end into the spark plug hole. Can you feel it? The hole?
Yeah.
So that's the easiest way. So you already got it dropped in? Good. Okay, there it is in place. Just push it to that boot. Seats on down a little bit farther. Then we line up the hole. Line up the hole for the bolt. Then we'll put our connector back on. All right, so grab the bolt, stick it in the hole of the coil, and just wiggle it until it lines up with the hole
Oh yeah, it's in.
in the head of the valve cover. So it's turning the bolt by hand now, right?
Yeah.
Quarter-inch, 10mm socket. Maybe I can get a shot of that. There we are. So for tightening the bolt on the coil, it's been better for us to get over, put our right hand, I think we're both right-handed, get our quarter-inch wrench on the bolt, and we're getting right under the throttle body, under the plenum. It's easier to get movement than it is over here, the passenger side. That's just about it as far as this side. Everything else pretty much done over here. How's it doing? All right, so you're just feeling the connector. You're going to snap it on right. Hopefully it snaps. All right, I heard it snap. All right, so you're good. All right, so number 3 is finished. We got the coil. I checked the spark plug. Spark plug looked good. Put new coil on. That was Drive Star, I believe. Was it Drive Star?
Yep.
Drive Star coil, and put the connector back in place. Okay, now we're going to put number 1 back in place. And we never replaced that one. We're going to continue using that one. That's not too old, actually. Again, we put it in this way and then put it into the hole. Great. And just line up the bolt hole. All right, there's the coil in place. There is the bolt hole in place. It is just hand tightened. We're going to go ahead and, or he's going to go ahead and tighten it with his quarter-inch wrench. Got the number 1 connector snapped in place. Okay, so I didn't have a clamp on this hose, PCV hose, earlier. So I found a clamp. We're going to go ahead and put this on. Alright, I think that's good. And we're just going to push it back in place. I'll let you do that. Push that straight down. There you go. Plugged in. All right, now put the ground wires back on. Put your nut on now on top of them. I get the nut tightened. All right, so need to mount that little bracket there. Yeah, that one.
Oh, this one, yeah.
Okay, those were 10 or 12?
10.
All right, that's going to be it for this repair on our 2002 Toyota Camry V6 or 3.0 liter 1MZ FE engine. We are going to now check and make sure that the engine light goes off. If the engine light does go off in a typical drive cycle, then I feel that we've addressed the problem and it's worked out okay for us. So anyway, hopefully you've seen something that will help you. If you have a 1310 on a Toyota Camry, good luck. Thanks for watching. Okay, here we are about 2 days later. I guess they probably put less than 50 miles on it. Light went off. As I just started it up, I noticed it. So I don't know exactly when it went off, but it's off now. So looks like we're good. Thanks for watching again. Take care.